just try and relax in the sound. Just let it wash over you. And if you feel like you would like to participate and join in, just sing back as confidently and as loudly as you like, or as softly as you like. Om Hari Om, Om Hari Om. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Hari Om, Om Namaste and welcome. For those who've just come in, we've had a nice warm welcome. I'm not sure who's up next. Tidatmanadas is up next. So I'll hand you over to him and hope you have a nice evening. We've got a meal coming up around 6 o'clock, but before that, Tad will give us a talk on yoga wisdom, so if you have any questions or anything of that nature, it's an opportunity to get those questions answered. So, thanks, Pat.
Thank you. guys. We usually have a mere little segment. Goranga chanting, Goranga. We'll just do it with breathing. Different people do this in different ways. They present it in different ways, but the essence is in the chanting, of course, of the sound vibration Goranga. Goranga. So today we'll do, of course, we do it with a breath usually, and we'll just focus a little bit on the breath in your body and see how you're drawing it into your body and letting it leave again. So in the yoga practice, there's different ways of doing pranayama, or the breathing exercise. And this is one way of incorporating that physiological process with meditation itself, by putting mantra on the breath itself. Sometimes when we're breathing, we place the mantra on the breath. You know, for example, you can breathe in and say Hare, breathe out, say Krishna. Breathe in, say Hare, breathe out, say Krishna. So like that, you would do the whole mantra with over several breaths. So it's quite a common practice in the yoga process to be sitting quietly and vibrating mantra with breath. All right, so let's just look at our own breath individually and see how we're drawing it into the body and allowing it to leave again. Yeah. You should always remember the breath is, you don't own the breath. It's a gift. It comes from outside. It comes into your body and does what it needs to do, and then it leaves again. The breath itself is the main carrier of toxicity from the body, from the bloodstream. It brings oxygen in, which is purifies on the physiological level. So draw your breath into your body. When you draw it, draw it high up into the upper sinus passage areas, right at the back at the top there. So when it enters that gateway into your body, it makes a slight whooshing sound in your own head. And from there, try and sink it deep down into your abdomen, gradually filling up the torso from the lower to the upper. When you arrive at your chest, bring your attention to your collarbones. Try not to lift the shoulders. And then as you exhale, feel how the breath sinks down your torso and comes up and out the nostrils again, specifically through that same gateway. So we draw the breath high up into the upper sinus passage areas. Hear that whooshing sound as it sinks deep into the body and starts filling the body from the lower to the upper, gradually filling up, kind of like a glass filling with water. When you arrive at the top of the breath, gently turn it around and send it back out again, sinking from the upper to the lower as the breath comes up and out the upper sinus passages. You'll note how the sound changes slightly as you draw your breath in. There's a whooshing sound, and as you breathe the breath out, it has that slightly different sound. It's a little bassier usually. So observance of the breath, it can get quite intricate, how you look at the breath. But in the yoga system, it's just a way of focusing the mind, focusing your, your intelligence. You put your intelligence onto the breath, put your focus onto the breath. And while you're focusing on the breath, this is called premeditation. It brings your mind to thinking of just one thing, the breath. So you draw the breath in, breathe it out. Then you play with the breath as you're drawing it in. You see different qualities on the breath. So as you draw your breath into your body, it comes in very smoothly and evenly, unhurried, gradually filling from the lower to the upper torso. Turn it around gently and send it back out with those same qualities. It leaves the body very smoothly and evenly. when you draw your breath, people talk about the prana or the chi within the breath. So to draw in a sufficient amount or a good amount, you should always remember your mind controls the entrance of chi or prana into the body. The mind is like the allowance principle. It allows the whole thing to happen. If your mind's not on the job, it doesn't happen automatically. So when you draw the breath into your body, imagine you're drawing it from all the horizons around you, from distant places. The energy of maybe an imaginary faraway horizon is drawing into your body as you breathe in, filling the body from the lower to the upper. And as you breathe out, send it all the way back there again. So that feeling of vastness or space occurs. Anyway, we won't spend too much time. The idea is just to get a nice deep breath into the body, because you'll utilize it now in the utterance of Gauranga meditation. When you vibrate this sound as you exhale, vibrate it with in 4 parts: Go, Ra, Ang, Ga. And when you breathe in, just say it in your mind, the same mantra. So breathing in, that long, deep, smooth, even stream of air into the body. Say in your mind, Go, Ra, Ang, Ga. Turn it around gently and breathe back out and audibly say Gora Anga. Okay, I'm going to put the soundtrack on, and we'll listen a couple of times and then gradually join in with them. Oh. So draw that long, deep, smooth, even stream of air into your body while saying the sound vibration in your mind. And then as you exhale, you can start vibrating the sound externally. Let's follow these guys. Breathing in, breathing out. 3 more times, 3 more breaths. So just participate with your mind, still breathing, listening. All right, so Guranga meditation, you can do it like we've been doing it in a group, or you can do it individually. The soundtrack, I think, is available probably online. So just grab a copy if you want to and do it at home or whatever. If you want to chant along with those guys, you know. But you don't even need anyone else. You can just sit and chant Guranga like that. If you utilize the breath like that, obviously the benefits are there. You know, you're oxygenating your system properly, or in a conducive way. And when you vibrate the sound at the same pitch like that as we're exhaling, the vibration within the body tends to harmonize the different nervous systems of the body, and leaves you feeling quite calm and quite sober. Yeah, helps your focus, helps a lot of things. All right, guys, so we'll move on. Very quiet these days, isn't it? we see heaps of people. Well, how about I ask you if you have any questions again? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll give you 30 seconds or so to think about what you might have. And don't be, anything to do with spiritual life. Yes, Shannon.
Yoga text that always talks about the material world being illusory.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering maybe whether you could elaborate on that and why that conclusion has been.
All right, that's a good question. Yeah.
I had a question might tie into that one.
Okay.
They say in the spiritual world that everyone's she,
Yeah.
female.
Okay. Well, I'll deal with Shannon's first, then I'll get to your one. Okay. So the first question from Shannon was how, in the Yoga Sutras, it points out how this material world is illusory. But we're all here, right? It seems quite solid. I mean, it seems real, doesn't it? So what is the context of that illusion? It is illusory, considered illusory because it is temporary. There's nothing that is lasting for any great length of time. You understand? In other words, it's kind of like the dream you had last night. When you're in it, it might have seemed very real for a little while. But when you wake up, after about an hour or so, it's just like it was a puff of smoke. It's not really any big deal. Yeah. So, even your own life, think back to when you were 10 years old, years old. You're experiencing different things at that time, but they're not existing today, really. I don't know. I remember when I was young, because I'm a bit older than most of you guys, but when I was young, plastic just came out when I was a kid, and it was going to be the new thing, you know. They hadn't really studied the effects it has on, you know, the health benefits of plastic. They just knew that here's a great product, we can manipulate it. So anyway, I got this big plastic airplane. It was like you know, the front opened up and I could put my little cars and stuff inside it and fly it around. It was wingspan like this, you know, this piece of plastic. I remember it. It was I remember, you know, vividly the experience of that toy and how so-called happy I was with it. But where is it today, you know? It's gone. It's just like the dream I had, you know, a couple of nights ago, whatever. It's gone. Everything, it's considered illusory because it's governed by time. Nothing is permanent. In the spiritual sense, everything is absolute. It is permanent. You know, it's like you, yourself. You always feel like you. I mean, I can definitely testify that I feel the same now as I did when I had that 10-year-old body on. It's the same me. There's a consistent factor about my awareness. That is not illusory. That is permanent. I always feel like me, as opposed to seeing you as separate individuals apart from me. You know, I don't feel like I'm you. It's not that I am you, you are me, it's all one, let's have fun. No, we're all individuals, eternally. And you experience your own individuality automatically through the course of your life, simply by remembering things, you know, a couple of decades ago or more, yeah, and relating them to what you're experiencing today. So in the yoga sense, yes, this material world is illusory because it only manifests for a certain amount of time and then it dissolves. The duration of the universe may be incredibly long by our calculations, and it is. It's phenomenally long. Yeah. Each day Lord Brahma is billions of years out. You know, it's incredible. It's just beyond our perception. So time is the governing factor in this material world. The way time works on us as human beings is certainly different than it acts on an ant, for example, or an insect. I mean, the lifespan for the majority of insects is 1 to 2 weeks for most insects. That's their lifespan. That's their lifetime. If you're in that species, if you get born into that situation for some reason, you lived a whole life. And what we calculate is 2 weeks. So it's described that on the higher planetary systems, the great demigods who are the administrators of the universe, they see our lifespan as being very short, just like that. They live many thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, some of these. So it is all relative to where we are. Time and space is relative. But even in the higher planetary systems where the duration of life is very long, they're still considered, it's still considered an illusion. Why? Because it finishes eventually. Yeah. So anything that has a beginning and an end, in a sense, is a type of illusion. I mean, after it's finished, if I try to explain to you something after it's come into manifestation before me and then it's gone, like the airplane, it means nothing to you, right? I mean, it's just it's like I could have made it up. I didn't. I had one. But I could have made it up. You know what I'm saying? It didn't exist for you. You understand? So this phenomenal world that we're moving through in this time and space, it's forever changing due to the influence of time. Nothing remains the same. Everything always changes into something else. So in that sense, it's considered a type of illusion. Why? Because you're permanent. You're eternal. Your real nature is that you're meant to be in an eternal environment. But when you're seated in this temporary material energy, nothing's lasting. It's all slipping through your fingers like sand. You know, you're trying to hold on to things here. You can't. I mean, where's the pet dog you had 20 years ago? He's long gone. All the particles of matter that were making up that little creature have moved into something else now, right? I mean, I'm doing this video on the science of identity. It's a very long project. Anyway, I won't go to bore you with the details. But I recently did a bit how the transformation, you know, of material energy, how it transforms, you know, from one thing to another, you know. You have a situation where, you know, like, for example, an apple can become a glass of milk. It seems magical, right? How can I make an apple into a glass of milk? Well, by the law of metabolism, by the law of, you know, matter moving from one form into another, it's easy to understand. You have someone, they come along and pick an apple off a tree, right? They eat the apple. Eventually it passes through their system. It goes out into the toilet. The sewage comes out and some worm gets into that sewage, right? Then some bird comes along and eats the worm. The bird maybe has a little twit on some grass, right? Goes into the grass. Those same particles of matter that were making up the apple, they're just getting moved along the chain, right? And then a cow comes along and eats the grass, right? And then someone milks the cow. And then you got... So over time, the apple can turn into a glass of milk. You learn this in science in school, you know, the law of metabolism. Things are moving constantly. That's why it's considered illusory here. What appeared to be real one day is certainly not the next. It's something totally different. Presents itself differently. Your body is the same. The particles of matter that are making up your body, you know. They were making up something else previously. God knows what. You know? We know how it works, you know, the soil and the dirt, and it comes up through the tree or the plant and you eat, you know. The same particles of matter just churning, moving from one form to another. Yeah. So in that way, that's the idea behind temporary in the yoga system. It's based on the time element, that everything is temporary, therefore it's considered illusory. It's real while you're in it, it's real in a sense, but it's not also. You understand that? Like if I grow my hair real long, it all seems real, then I get it all cut off. You know, I've got short hair now, I've got to maybe get a buzz cut, you know. You know, it's yesterday it was something else, and today it's something different. So we can move material energy according to our desires, we're allowed to. But material energy itself has its own momentum going. It has nothing to do with us. It's a higher power pushing it all. So it's always moving, always in flux. Even the diamond, you know, so hard. But the matter's moving, they've seen it. You know, scientists have seen that the particles of matter are moving so slowly, but they're moving. The diamond of 7 billion years ago isn't around today. You know. So in that sense, illusory, puff, it's just gone. So it's like a magic trick, isn't it? It's here before us one day and it's not the next, it's something else. Okay, so that's the way to view it. And the reason you experience it is because you are eternal. You're a constant, but you're in a temporary environment. And that itself tells you there's something wrong with where I'm at. This material world is not the home of the soul. You are the eternal spirit soul, temporarily in a material body that's governed by time and space. You are not governed by time and space, and that's why it appears uncomfortable here sometimes. You just feel like you don't quite fit in. And it's good that you feel like that. Because why? It makes you inquire. Why don't I feel comfortable? Why can't I just quite fit in, feel like I'm a part of the whole thing? Because there's not a part of the whole thing. The whole thing's a bloody illusion. You know, you jump into a new group of friends, they're all partying and dancing and happy, yeah, all distracted by the madness of whatever it is they're doing. Yeah, intoxication or whatever it is, the new football club, the new cricket club, whatever form it takes. You know? And as soon as you step away, it's gone. It's gone again. And it's sad. It's a sad situation. We're looking for that permanency where there is none. Because the none equates to illusion in this world. All right, is that okay? Yeah. All right, so that second question came up here was, because in the Yoga Sutras it points out that spirit souls, we're all feminine by nature. But it's not like male, female in this world. It's not like that. It's because the supreme cause of all causes is the supreme dominator, and we're the dominated over. You understand? In other words, it's a yin-yang thing at work here. Yin is happy being yin, yang is happy being yang. Our natural constitutional position is that we're happiest when we're serving. This is a fact. People get great joy from helping others. Yeah? This is a fact. You talk to people who are heavily involved in altruistic work around the planet, you know, feeding the poor or taking care of the less fortunate people, you know, and, you know, nursing, all different situations, you know, where you're taking care of someone else besides yourself. You experience it, I think, quite strongly if you're a parent. You give up your life for this little creature that's now there. You know, yeah, and you're happy to do it. You know, I remember when my first child arrived, geez, I caught myself how attached I was. Every breath I was watching. No, protect her, you know, got to protect little Subhadra. You know, it's just a natural thing. You know, that instinct comes to the fore. And there's love there as well, you know. But even that is temporary. Subhadra's not a little baby anymore, she's 23. She's overseas in, you know, some university. So that was temporary too. That was illusory in a sense. But what I'm trying to say is that this idea of we're happiest in a subservient consciousness rather than a dominating consciousness. Some people want to dominate, and all they do is create misery because it's not the natural position of the soul to dominate another spirit soul at all. And as a parent, you learn that as well. You have to learn the let go point. I can't control this child anymore. It's not under my control. I have to let you go. You have to fight. You have to spread your own wings, sweetheart. You know. And you have to be happy with that. That's okay. You know, It's because we're considered that softer energy, that, not softer energy, it's wrong. In English it doesn't come through that well. Purushtam. Krishna is the supreme cause of all causes. Krishna meaning that one who is completely complete in all things. Doesn't mean a Hindu name of God. Krishna means that one who is all loving, all lovable, all powerful, omnipotent, all omnipotent. The cause of all causes, not just some. So we're small sparks of Krishna. We have the same quality but not the same quantity. We're the same quality in the sense we're eternal and we're supposed to be full of happiness and bliss constantly. But when we come into this material atmosphere, we forget our position and we get caught by it and we suffer accordingly. We try to act independently from the supreme will. We're allowed to do this because we all have freedom of choice. Love is not based on force or coercion. Love is based on my freedom to love you or not to love you. And it's the same with the Supreme. You always have that freedom to love the Supreme or not love the Supreme. Some people try not to love him by denying the very existence of the Supreme. This is unfortunate. But we're all dominated over. Yeah? We're dominated by the laws of material nature to start with. Birth, disease, old age, and death. We're dominated over by other living entities. Yeah? You must obey the law, otherwise you'll go to jail. What are those signs on the freeway? You can drink and drive, but you're going to get caught. Don't drink and don't drive, you know. And if you care to disobey that, well, every chance you may get caught. And depending on how bad you are, you may get locked up, or you may get, you know. In other words, we're dominated by social laws. We're dominated over by natural laws. You know, people go through floods, they go through tsunamis, they go through fires. These natural laws that we have they're just too powerful. You have to get your house swept away in a flood or burned down in a fire. Like, you know, a couple of Christmases ago, you remember? The big fires all around the place. People were losing their land and their properties. So we're dominated over. Your own body and mind dominate. Yeah. You know, you go, someone next to you coughs, and some tiny little particle enters your body and starts going off in there, multiplying at a great rate of knots. Before you know it, you're flat on your back. Some germ got in there, some bug. You know, we're not all powerful. No one wants to be miserable, but we end up miserable. No one wants to get sick, you know. But we're dominated by the laws of material nature. And our own mind, you know, that can cause us all kinds of grief. Most people that are suffering in the world, you don't see it because it's on that mental level. You know. What was Bob Dylan? Well, you know, one of his songs, there was he was praying that the guy's head next to him was exploding, and he's hoping the pieces wouldn't land on him. You know, everyone's freaking out. something's happening in people's lives that cause them great torment, And you don't see it a lot of times because it's internal, it's on the mental level. Mental suffering is there constantly. Physical suffering is there constantly. Just the fact we're governed by birth, disease, old age, and death, means we're not all powerful. If you have a material body on, you're definitely not all powerful. So, but that's okay because you're not meant to be. And when you realize it and you're happy with that, then you can start becoming free. You become free of the burdens, of the expectations of the world. You are number one, don't forget it. What a load of bullshit. I'm not number one, I never have been. I have never met anyone that is number one either. Well, I have. I've met Krishna through his names, through his service. There is number one. But not in a human form. President Trump. He's not number one. People get very arrogant about their bodies they have. They think, I can dominate others with it. Everyone burns to ashes sooner or later. Everyone falls down and returns to the element. The body returns to the element from which it comes, the material elements. They consume the material body. They suck it back into itself. Your body's 86% water, all that water evaporates off. Then the skin dries out and becomes dirt. Then the bones break down over time, become dirt. So we should not be an illusion about our position in this world. We are dominated over. But that's okay. That's not natural, actually. To realize it can give you great freedom because you're not fighting then to be anything else. You're not interested in trying to be number one. All right. So that's what it means. It means, in the Sanskrit viewpoint, the dominated parts and parcels of the Supreme are considered feminine. Therefore, we're all feminine in that sense. But not feminine as a male, female in this world. It's nothing to do with that. Prakriti, the nature. Okay, so there's eating times coming up. We'll stop here. We'll have a little chant, and as they bring the food out, and we'll just see how we go. Oh, okay. Jiva's giving me the 10-minute. Okay. Are there any questions on any of that before we continue? Okay. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. 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 Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda. Chaitanya, Nityananda. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda. All right, guys, let's get with the eating. When we've finished eating, we'll get back to some more chanting and go with that up to we stop. Okay.
You can go. All right, cool. So I'm going to just start off offering respects to my spiritual master. Some of you will know that prayer, but some of you won't. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Siddhaswaripananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Siddhaswaripananda Paramamsa Iti Namine. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Haribo. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. 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 Haribo. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda, 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 Haribo, Chaitanya, 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 Haribo. Nityananda, 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 Haribo, Chaitanya, 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 Haribo. Nityananda, 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 Haribo, Chaitanya, 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 Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Keep going. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One last time together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, I'd like to invite Rasalila forward. I think. Is she coming? Yes, there she is. Okay.
You okay?
I'll just do it for tune. Namaste, everybody. Welcome if this is the first time you've been here, and if it's not as well. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Madana Mohana Madana Mohana Haribo. Who's up next? Oh. Yes, Ted's up next if he's saying more.
We never get to sit around and listen much. Not long, mate. Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Okay, after me. Gopala, you. Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, 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 Govinda. Gokula, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. We'll just do a short one before we get our host on. Make it a long, short one? A long, short one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Radharani, Shyam Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Radharani, Shyam Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radharani, Shyam Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Radharani, Shyam Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radharani, Shiny Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Radharani, Shiny Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, Krishna. Jiva Krishnadas, is he available?
Hey, everybody, namaste. Gopala,
Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Adana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Adana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, we're done.
Encore.
Okay. What?
That was easy.
Yeah, I don't take much convincing when I get going. Can we do my favourite slow one? Sorry, for all you drummers, have to stop. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
I only need one yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, one more all together, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Okay, so namaste, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. Gee, that was a weird thing to say, wasn't it? So that's it for tonight, and thanks to all everybody that helped, everybody that came, made it a nice night. Thanks to Rasalila, as usual, made a great meal. Hari Bol, thank you, and back for dessert. Thank you, and for all our chanters and speakers, Tad, Hari Bol, thank you, and everybody for coming. Hari Bol. So, thank you. So we'll be back next week and during the week with different things, as usual, yoga during the week and so on. And yes, Hari Bol. Nice to see everybody. Thank you, Hari Bol.